All right, let's dive into it. First day of Patriots training camp is in the books. And if there's one word to describe it, it's momentum. There's a buzz around Foxborough that we haven't felt in a while. Mike Vrabel is officially in charge, and you can feel the difference right away. The vibe, the culture, the intensity, everything has taken a step up. This isn't just another season getting started. This feels like the beginning of a new era. Vrabel has brought that fire from day one, and the players are responding. Stefon Diggs is out there, fully cleared, no restrictions, already locking into his chemistry with rookie quarterback Drake May. And speaking of Drake, he looked exactly like the guy Patriots fans have been dreaming about. Calm in the pocket, smooth mechanics, accurate throws. We're gonna get into all of it. But just know this, the future is bright, and it's starting to show itself. Now, before we even talk about matchups and depth charts, let's just appreciate the energy around this team. Last year was messy, disjointed. But with Vrabel on the sideline and Josh McDaniels handling the offense, there's structure now. There's a plan, there's competition. And that's what we saw kick off right away. Day one wasn't even in pads, but the effort was real. Guys are hungry. You can tell no one's taking their spot for granted. Now, when it comes to actual position battles, there are the clear hot spots right now. Wide receiver and left guard. These are the battles everyone's watching, and it makes sense. The Patriots need clarity at both spots. And day one already gave us a lot to talk about. Let's start on the offensive line, because this one's interesting. Cole Strange, who's held down the left guard position, wasn't just coasting. No, he's got real competition on his heels. One of the biggest surprises from day one, Caden Wallace, the second-year player out of Penn State, originally brought in as a tackle, but now working strictly at left guard. And not just with backups, he got real reps with the first team. That tells you everything. The coaching staff is giving him every chance to win that job. Wallace has the size, the footwork, and based on his college tape, some scouts even predicted he'd be better suited as an interior lineman at the next level. On day one, he looked smooth, even without pads. Again, no full contact. But you could tell he was comfortable in there. But Wallace isn't the only one pushing. Jared Wilson, the rookie out of Georgia, also made some noise. He's listed as a center, and that's where he got backup reps behind Bradbury. But don't be shocked if he ends up sliding into guard as well. Wilson has the frame and athleticism to make that move. And with Bradbury being solid in the run game but questionable in pass protection, you better believe the staff is keeping its options open. If May's going to have success early, he's going to need that interior protection to hold up, especially against teams that bring pressure up the middle. So that left guard spot, totally up for grabs. Wallace, Strange, Wilson, it's going to be a fight all camp long. Now over to the wide receiver group. And this is where it gets spicy. We already knew Stefon Diggs was going to be the guy, and sure enough, he lined up as the Z receiver on day one. No limitations, doing what he does best. Slot duties went to Demario Douglas, which was expected. But here's the surprise, with Matt Collins sidelined and Kyle Williams still waiting in the wings. The ex-receiver reps went to Keishan Boot. That's right, the same guy who was rumored to be on the trade block earlier in the offseason ended up starting on day one. That's a statement. It means the staff sees potential there, and they're giving him every opportunity to prove it. Boot looked sharp, but the player who turned heads with splash plays, Kyle Williams, even though he didn't start, he made his presence known with two massive contested catches, both of them against Christian Gonzalez. By the way, and even hauled in a one-handed grab that drew some ooze from the sideline. That kind of playmaking will force the coaches to keep finding ways to get him involved. So while Boot might have started day one, this race is far from over, and let's not forget, there are guys already falling behind. Matt Collins didn't participate, and neither did Jalen Polk, who was limited to individual drills on the sideline. You don't want to be behind on day one in a crowded receiver room. That's a tough hill to climb. Others like Javon Baker, Afton Chisholm, and Kendrick Bourne will need to work their way up the ladder quickly. The reps are limited, and every day matters. If you're not getting meaningful snaps with the ones or twos, you're basically auditioning for the practice squad. And there's only so much space. You can feel the urgency from these receivers. Every route, every drill, every catch, it all counts. And of course, we've got to talk quarterbacks. Drake May looked the part. He went 8 of 9 in 11 on 11s. And didn't seem rattled at all, even when pressure came up the middle, like from Milton Williams. May stepped up in the pocket and delivered. One of his best throws was layered perfectly to Boot. hitting him in stride in tight coverage. Yes, it's just helmets, no pads, so we're not crowning anyone yet, but May showed poise and polish, which is exactly what you want to see this early. On the flip side, Joshua Dobbs had a rough outing. Just 2 completions on 6 attempts. With an interception thrown in the mix, his passes were all over the place, and he just couldn't find a rhythm. Look, we know McDaniel's offense isn't the easiest to digest, but for a veteran, you want to see a little more composure out the gate. The good news is, it's just the first practice. There's time to improve, but he's got to bounce back soon, because third-stringer Ben Woolridge, the undrafted rookie, actually had a better showing, going 3 of 4, and that puts some pressure on Dobbs. The Patriots need one of these guys to step up. If Dobbs can't settle in and Woolridge doesn't show long-term potential, don't be surprised if the team starts looking around the free agent market. Once we get closer to roster cutdowns, there's always a few experienced backups who shake loose. And if someone pops up who's willing to mentor Drake May and serve as a dependable number 2, the team might make a move. That quarterback room is still in flux. On the other side of the ball, we finally got our first look at the starting defense under Mike Vrabel, and man, they looked solid. Pretty much everyone healthy and participating. Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis lining up as the outside corners, with Marcus Jones handling slot duties. Kyle Duggar and Jabril Peppers were rotating in and out, and the first safety to hit the field, Jalen Hawkins, that's a name to remember. It looks like he may already have a leg up on Craig Woodson and the rest of the depth behind Duggar and Peppers. Along the edge, as expected, it was Harold Landry and Keon White. Those two are going to be huge in applying outside pressure. On the interior, the combo of Christian Barmore and Milton Williams looks nasty. That duo has the potential to dominate in the trenches, and at linebacker, it was Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis, who both bring that mix of run-stopping and sideline-to-sideline speed that Vrabel loves. No huge surprises on defense outside of maybe Hawkins getting that early nod at safety. But this group has top 10 potential, no question. And the fact that Terrell Williams is back coordinating the unit after his health scare, that's huge. He's respected, experienced, and knows exactly how to maximize the talent on this roster. The defense usually starts faster in camp, especially without pads, and that held true here. But even with that context, the early signs are encouraging. They were flying around, communicating well, and not giving up anything easy. Drake May still managed to squeeze in some impressive completions, including a couple to Hunter Henry and, of course, Stefon Diggs, but nothing looked broken or disorganized. On defense, they were tight, physical even in a no-contact setting, and looked like they've already bought into Vrabel's system. And speaking of excitement, we've got to talk uniforms. Because yes, the throwbacks are coming back, and not just once, but twice this season. That's right. The classic red Patriots uniforms with the vintage helmet logo are officially making their return. You won't have to wait long either. Week 3 against the Steelers is when they'll debut the Reds. And then again in Week 10 for a primetime Monday Night Football showdown with the Giants. To massive games, to chances to see that iconic look on national TV. And with both teams featuring young quarterbacks and something to prove, those games could end up being statements. For this new era in New England, we're just getting started here, and day 1 already gave us more storylines than we can count. But that's what happens when you've got real competition, real leadership, and a fan base hungry for a return to glory. This camp is going to be a battle, and every day is going to matter. You can feel the stakes. You can feel the shift. And if day 1 is any indication, this team is ready to make noise again. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. There's a growing buzz coming out of Foxborough, and it's not the kind Patriots fans were hoping for as training camp heats up. Multiple sources close to the team have hinted at a troubling incident involving rookie running back TREVEYON Henderson. While the team remains tight-lipped, whispers suggest that Henderson may have crossed a line during a recent practice session, and it didn't go unnoticed. Word around the locker room is that Henderson, touted for his explosive playmaking ability and considered one of the more intriguing prospects entering this season, reportedly got into a heated altercation with a teammate. The exact details are still murky, but insiders are calling his behavior unacceptable, with one source indicating that he directly offended another player in a way that could force upper management to step in. The Patriots are known for Their no-nonsense culture and strict adherence to locker room discipline in New England. Team chemistry and respect are not just ideals, they're enforced values. And any breach of that code, especially from a first-year player, raises eyebrows. It's unclear whether Henderson's outburst was the result of mounting pressure, competitive tension, or something more personal. However, there's already speculation that the front office is considering disciplinary action. Some believe this could range from a private warning to more public consequences. Depending on how the situation develops in the coming days, coaches have refused to comment on the matter, but the locker room atmosphere reportedly remains tense. If true, this incident could impact not only Henderson's standing with the team, but also his playing time as preseason approaches. Is this just a rookie mistake that will blow over? Or could it mark the beginning of a rift between Henderson and the Patriots' established culture? For now, it remains a rumor, but one that's getting harder to ignore. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.